Yeah.
Be more for real. Another night being with us and be more and for real.
Man, we live for real. Like for real. It's a pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here with you, Uncle Wayne.
Another day,
As
another
always,
Wednesday.
as always, another Wednesday. And we
I'm
gon'
Uncle Wayne.
I'm OMG Danny. This Be More for Real. This the realest podcast, true cast on the planet. That's another name I just made up, but the true cast. We the realest on the planet.
True that. But we got some real serious topics today. So we're going to need your feedback. We really do. Because listen, we got different opinions, but we need yours as well so we can agree to disagree. So
Mm-hmm.
remember, be more for real, subscribe, and we want your comments.
Yep. Without further ado, we gonna get into it, man. We got a special guest, a brother from another
Don't
mother.
wait.
You
Oh,
know what I'm
man.
saying? It's just like
Deep
fam,
brother.
like
Isn't it one?
fam. We don't all agree on the same thing, but it's still fam. It's still love. It's all love. I want y'all to get introduced to my brother, Big Ro. Let's
Come
go,
on, bro.
brother, Big Ro. Brother, Big Ro. Let's
Yeah,
clap it up, man. For real, yo. Let's
Yeah,
clap
yeah.
it up.
Welcome.
Let's get it up.
We got some topics today. So
Yes.
are you ready to hang with us?
Yes.
All
Of
right.
course.
Let's go. Let's
get
go.
into
Let's
it.
go. Let's go.
Y'all
Start it
ready?
out. Oh man, this one here that we're gonna start out with this first one. This the one everybody been talking about all week.
All week.
This puzzled me, blew my mind.
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of people knew straight off the bat. You ever see some of the females? They already knew. They knew something was wrong with the story.
Yeah.
But
What you
us
talking
brothers,
about?
we
They
was a
did.
little slow.
They did.
So let's fill them in on the story that we talking about.
Well,
Okay.
Carly Russell admitted to lying.
Carlisle.
Carlisle, whatever her name is.
Nah, just
Not whatever her name is, with all due respect, but
Right.
Carly Russell lied about being abducted and all that stuff. And some people are calling her Carly Russell Smollett, which was Jussie Smollett, who was the guy who claimed to get beat up, and he lied about that too. So, what's your standpoint on as far as doing what she did?
You know, I think about it, but what puzzles me because I'm so much want to know what really happened. We know what didn't happen,
Mm-hmm.
but what really happened?
What y'all think really happened too? Type
Yeah,
it down.
give us the
Type
comments
it below in the
because
comments.
I've seen quite a few crazy
For real,
comments.
we want y'all to
Or were
put your
you there?
comments on it. Yeah. We definitely want the comments.
Some people comment like they were there.
I think I can speculate.
You know, come on,
All
talk
right,
to
go
them.
ahead.
I think I can speculate. You know what
Okay.
I mean? I think some stuff happened that was real. I don't think she was playing. I don't think she was the Jussie Smollett of the situation. I'm not in agreement with that one.
Wow.
So
yeah,
you
y'all
asked,
hear him, right?
Hey, well, Jesse Smollett
Hey,
had quite
my
a few
man-
back in
My
him
man,
too.
bro, he
He
Yes.
was some
you
stars
heard him.
Yes.
back
yes.
in. So let's hear it out. Let's see
Okay.
your
You
logic.
I don't think she come from too much. You know what I mean? Not to discredit her or her family or anything, but I don't think she come from too much. And that's not a conspiracy. Is we thinking this is a conspiracy?
Yeah.
Come-
Well, she already admitted the line though.
Well, see that part I was waiting
That's
to
the
say.
thing. Like, when we gonna become adults and be like, come on, you lying. You lying.
Hold her accountable.
Hold her accountable wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
What we talking about?
But see, that's to make sure is she's telling the truth, or are we giving all this
I
just
think
like
she
you were
gave
saying
the truth
earlier,
up at that point. I just
spending
think she
all
gave
these
the truth.
resources
Right.
for
You're
something not
lying.
true?
No. My thing
Think
is
about
this.
it.
My thing is this.
Okay.
There are people, and by the way, I know this is your first time in the studio. Camera's right there.
Hey,
so whenever
listen.
you want to adjust the people, adjust the camera. We
I
appreciate
never
y'all.
do it anyway, so
We appreciate y'all. We hope y'all like, share, and subscribe. We're
Yes.
doing a lot of things in the community.
Be more for real.
Be more for real. Make sure y'all go ahead and check out the YouTube channel. But more importantly, what I would like to say is that I think that she made it difficult for other women and children who are actually getting abducted and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To actually get recognition, because now it's like the little boy who cried wolf. Because if you cry wolf and it ain't no wolf, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, anybody coming to respond to your emergencies because you've been crying wolf this long with no emergencies. That's the problem with that. And we already have lack of resources within our community. We already have lack of care
Right.
and
How many
communication
times
and everything.
these females have gone missing, these parents and families crying out for help, and they get no assistance, no public hearing, no publicity or nothing.
Yeah,
Right.
but then
She
you
got
have,
all this publicity and
yeah,
some
but
stuff
then
not
you
even
have
being
some of
true.
us that have a voice. We want to be heard. You know what I mean? Like we gonna hold her accountable. Like
She got heard.
yes, we serving her
She
up.
definitely
Like
got
yo,
heard.
yeah, come on. You lied. We heard you lie on record. Why would we believe anything else?
But what
We
would be the
heard you.
penalty for somebody that's doing that? Like, is there a penalty
Oh,
for somebody doing that?
No, it's no
That's
penalty.
different.
It's
That's
no penalty?
That's
Let me tell you
different.
why.
Yeah.
Females can put charges out on you, say you did this, go downtown and said this, do whatever they want, and you have to go through the court system. And when it's all thrown out, you don't get an apology. They're telling you lucky you didn't get locked up, and you're 100% innocent.
Okay.
You get it?
Not
This
not
is
necessarily
the report.
all the time, because a lot
Not all.
more than most of us go through problems or challenges, I rather say, that we experience with each other, and then you can kind of like they bumps in the road. You know what I mean? So if you go over a bump in the road with that certain kind of challenge ahead of you, that's kind of like nothing. You kind of numb to it.
Yeah. But see what I mean? Learning life bumps in the road, the same thing. We've got to learn in life. What you do comes back on you. You know, she making that, taking resources from people who really need her. So is an apology, like you said, good enough? What is the
No.
punishment?
No.
Because she apologized for it. Is that enough? Okay, she
All right,
said
no,
she
see,
saw it.
Well,
But
maybe
she
I
did
was-
say,
maybe I was
please
speaking.
pray for her too, though.
Well,
She
maybe I
did
was
say,
speaking
please
on some
continue to
sense.
pray. So
I was probably speaking on something you probably got stand on.
Well, no.
Because that's kinda
I
what
was
I was
saying
saying.
though. So
If you
because
apologize, you got stand on that, right?
no, your apology. I'm sorry, it's not good enough. It attracted
Jose, wait.
national attention, and it required national resources from taxpayer dollars. And see what the problem that's wrong with that
That's
is
different.
is that you lied about the whole situation. We can see if it was an effort to actually save someone in need, but when you spending unnecessary resources on something that you do not need,
that's why I wonder
That's-
what really
that's
happened.
I wonder that the police department is going to fear that later on down the road.
No, but that's
So listen,
No,
when,
they
when a
exposed
woman
us.
is really in need and they call up with a situation similar,
They use that. Police
To
will
that,
use that.
they be like-
See, why should we believe you
there
all?
be-
That's a
they
lie.
will be a lot more nonchalant
Yep.
about that situation
Even more.
because, especially in that city or county, because
Yep.
that situation didn't
Absolutely.
happen.
Absolutely.
no, they gotta hear you, because it's like, for the simple fact, like, if you say that, then you gotta acknowledge that. You know what I mean? Like, yo, if you say that she used the resources, like, come on.
But did she?
I don't think she could afford it. She black.
But
Come on.
No, she didn't use the resources. What she did was she played.
before them.
No,
She
she
no,
used them.
she didn't use them. She didn't use that. What she did was played off the emotions of the public.
But she
Was it
used
her?
the resources
Was it
whether
her?
Yes, it was her.
whether it
You
She
don't
wanted
think
did
that
to
was
or
all
not.
of
media?
it.
You don't
Yeah,
think
She
that's
did
media?
use those
Yes, it was her.
resources. She used
Now-
them up.
Now, what do you think was
Can I
wrong
get
with that
some
in your
hotel?
eyes?
That she did. I had to agree with him on
I
that one.
don't know about that, yo.
What do you
Because
think
if
she
you
did
can
wrong?
play off of that for ratings.
Come on,
You know
y'all.
how
Give
I
us the
go.
comment.
No, what you
Give us
think she
comments.
did wrong? What you
Three
think?
of us.
I don't think she did
He
anything
said he
wrong.
don't
I
believe
just
she did
think,
the same thing.
So you
wrong.
don't think
Like,
lying to the
no,
public is wrong?
No, I think somebody capitalized when she didn't.
Who capitalized?
That's the World Health Organization. Who capitalized, folks? The
Who
World Health
capitalized? I doubt it was the
Who?
World.
The World Health Organization.
I doubt it was the
That's
World
the
Health
acronym.
Organization.
Who? That's my.
It is who
But
World Health
he's-
Organization,
Thank you,
WHO.
you know.
That's exactly.
Can I get
I'm on it. I'm on it
So
like a
I'm
hornet.
just saying.
I'm on
I'm
like
just-
5,000 hornets.
You know,
gotta
that's
listen.
where we at with
Make
it.
some
Like,
sense there. You know what I mean?
there we go.
You make
What we
some
talking
sense.
about? You know what I mean?
But see, I think a lot of that stuff had to do with the mental issues that happen within our community and the communities
That's a
around
lot.
the world.
That's a beautiful
Because
segue.
like
That's a hard segue.
That's
clout
known
chasing and
fact.
all that stuff, I think people be attention seeking and things of that nature. And I think that's the reason why maybe that event would have happened. What say y'all?
For a question in the comments is you heard the word attention. Is clout slang for attention? For people in the comments, can y'all please comment below and let us know in real time?
Yeah, we had
Because
that conversation earlier. Right.
You know,
It's,
you had the technological term, you know, attention. But is clout slang for that? Do certain communities know what clout is about? Can you present all Arab community and let me
I
know
think
how the
rich
Arabs
people would
are?
call nepo babies. That's their cloud shade. That's how
Well,
they do.
Well,
They
I,
can use their parents, you know what I mean, to get through. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I get that.
That's the attention they
That's
got.
hard, though.
See what I
That's
mean?
different.
they
different.
will babies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They beneficiaries and stuff like that.
Yeah, but a lot of us don't relate to that. So I mean, we can talk to everybody else and actually have a real conversation.
That's
It's
what we need.
clout,
That's what we
attention.
need.
So this is the real
And
conversation
be
I've been
more
trying to get to,
For
right?
real
And
conversation.
yeah, let's be more for real about this conversation, right? The mental health
Yes.
crisis of our community, right?
Yes.
So when you look at the mental health of our community, right, a lot of our, and if not the majority, and I think it is the majority of our people operate off of post-traumatic stress syndrome and post-traumatic slave syndrome. And y'all gonna hear me say this a couple times for real. We gotta talk about this because look, a lot of stuff are traumatic responses. Let's say when you go to work, right? And you cannot talk to the people that you're doing business with and at work with, you cannot talk to them like how you're in the street. You know, you have that code switching like we were talking about a
Right.
couple weeks ago.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? When you code switch, you put on that
cover
voice.
a little bit of that because a lot of people may have not seen us. I mean, our
course.
viewers.
Of course. So when you code switch, right? It's a stress disorder. It's a trauma response. And what's happening is that what we're used to doing in the way that we would normally operate things, we have to do things otherwise because we receive other punishments for being who we are. So code switching.
Can I stop you right there just for speaking out loud? With code switching, that is something I'm not totally in agreement with about.
Okay.
What we talking about, and I don't think you switch it up. It's more that than anything because more than most people do it. It's a learned behavior at best.
Well,
At best, this is a learned behavior. It's amongst
do white people have to code switch?
this is a learned behavior. Yes, and they do.
Okay.
This is a learned behavior amongst more than most melanated cultural people, right? When I say melanated cultural, I just mean for like a universal term. If you got any color up inside you, no matter what God, no matter nothing, you're melanated cultural, right? You love everybody. So when we speak on a white person got a cultural appropriate and we give them they blues because we lean on their entertainers, we lean on their athletes
Hold on.
for cultural appropriating all the time.
So you talking about? So
Look,
okay,
hold on,
let's say
listen,
cultural
bro.
appropriation is.
We're
Right.
not talking about that specific, but we can lean on somebody for at the same time if we want to feel like they appropriating anything between falling in love with something.
Okay.
Because a lot of this culture is love, a lot of this culture is understanding, a lot of this culture is being. And if you would to name any non-melanated person to perceive to have culture, we would then come to understand that what we talking about is probably wrong. We might need to reevaluate this. They have
All
culture. They
right.
have everything. Love
No,
is
go ahead.
universal.
Rebuttal. You got a
So
rebuttal?
hold
Love
on.
has always been universal.
Hold
It's
on.
never been restricted to character, color.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Love is the inside anyway.
Of course it
Never
has
out.
it. Of course it has it. But the main thing I'm trying to stress is, right, a lot of the responses that we have as what they call two continent African Americans, which is two continents. I don't want to get too deep into that. What they call African Americans, a lot of things that we do and we say and how we act is based on a traumatic response. And I doubt that other races have to deal with that. When you talk about slavery, which is the most obvious, but when you talk about the way that the police handle us and the different things that we have to do than white people and other races, for instance, like Asian, you know what I'm saying? It's different. And I prove it to you. How many unarmed Asians are being killed in the streets? Think about it.
No, they got smacked a few times.
Think about it. How
And
many
they got
unarmed Asians are being killed in the
full
streets?
attention. Remember they was hitting them, or a few people were being assaulting them, and they made it
But
seem
do the
like it was
codes-
happening everywhere, and it's like blacks being killed
Right.
regularly, and it is not even talked about.
But do the
except
police kill
black
them?
on black crime?
But do the police kill them?
Probably particularly no. But at the
Exactly.
same
Why not?
hold on. At the same time, think about this. It is so many less right Asians being killed by police compared to how many Asians killing Asians. It's gang wars. We live in America. It's gang wars. It's
course.
Asians on Asians. I'm trying to tell you,
It
it's
is.
a Chinatown everywhere in
Everywhere,
America.
absolutely.
So it's
Like they don't have
literally
protection.
more Asians killing Asians than actually Asians being killed by police. You know why? Because police might have a different agenda. They might gotta kill Mexicans and blacks, two races. I don't want to specifically like pinpoint anything, but I'm just trying to point out a perspective. Like, no, your point is right. No police is killing Asians. It's more Asians killing Asians than police killing Asians.
But
So
do
what you
you
want
know-
to talk about?
Not to
No,
switch subjects before we go.
What you want to talk about? That's
Not
like
to switch
kind
up.
of.
Do y'all know what a policeman? Do you know what a policeman? Do you know what a policeman original name was?
Yeah, slave catchers.
Slave patrol.
Yeah.
So if they changed the name, did they change their bylaws and their laws, or did they just change the name? I've often wondered that.
They changed everything. They changed the bylaws and they changed the names.
I just didn't ever see. I've noted they changed the names, but if I trace there, where are the bylaws that changed? Did the training
Well, you just
change?
gotta look back at history. That's all I'm
kind of
trying to tell you.
did.
For my viewers out there,
I tried to did it.
y'all
Y'all can find
probably
it.
can, y'all probably can quote me on this. Like back in the day when we had the Cold War, and we like stole scientists as a nation for as the United States, and I don't want to get too political, but we actually like had certain things to where as though we got different technologies, different type of informations coming in within the state as a whole, right? A country, state, country as a whole, right? So you get that, and you had that power structure. Like, come on, what kind of information you getting? While schools are the way that they are, we adopted certain philosophies. You know what I mean? That wasn't actually native to the land that we was actually living in. So you had certain intuitions. I mean, even the street light, it wasn't native to America.
Of course, electricity period.
So to a degree, right?
Right.
But if you actually think about it, and you build it, and you develop it, and you bring it on list and that, and like, you know what I mean? You can kind of piece together everything that you're trying to get established. And that's what America is. This is the best melting pot in the world.
Well, they say America is a mountain
It's
pot.
the best melting pot in the world. You would
They
never
say-
have a better pot of gumbo better than this ever.
They say America
It's
is a
just-
mountain pot. in which it is, and
It
you
just
will, and you will not,
It just need more
No.
of our seasoning.
and you will not.
We
Yeah.
have the most.
Whole-
We can.
We
I
need
mean,
more of
you
our
did-
seasoning.
I mean,
Okay.
I agree it's the gumbo,
America-
but
Okay.
they don't allow us to put our
I would say
seasoning in
America-
the gumbo like they want. They were like, no, those types of seasoning don't go in the gumbo that we're
Because
making.
it's too
Okay.
hot and too spiceful.
But that's right. But this United States of
You
America
have it
is
in
ours
there.
like it is theirs. So they're gonna have to try that gumbo with our spices.
You have it in
Because
there.
we've been
You just
eating,
can't add
but
to
watch
it.
this. We've been eating that gumbo with their spices.
No.
Yes, we have.
They
We
have
really
it.
have. They made
They
the
have
first
it.
gumbo. They made it.
No.
No,
we added that
no,
part.
no,
Well, who made the
I don't-
gumbo?
We
They
did.
created
We
the
did.
gumbo.
No,
we
we
created
created
the first
gumbo.
We
gumbo.
created.
No,
We
we
created the gumbo, but we
No,
did
no.
make the gumbo. I can
No,
agree
no,
with
no,
you.
no.
Yeah, we are, but we didn't make
We
it.
can't create
Because
something.
if we
that
made it,
didn't
we
make.
would put
No.
our spices in
No,
there.
we did, and we have.
We
It's just
are.
that
We are
it's too,
spicy.
no, it's too salty and it's too sweet. It's too no. Everybody can't take your little half and
What?
half. I'm from Baltimore, y'all. We got half and half down
Yes.
there, right? So
And
depending
chicken
on
boxes.
that where you in the world,
And chicken
and you
box.
got a half and half, it can't be too sweet. It can't be too bitter. You gotta make iced tea real good. You gotta make lemonade real good.
That's
It's
our
a half and
analogy.
half.
Do you
You
see?
heard me. You gotta make it real good for everybody to drink it. You heard me.
But
You-
look, that's we
your
let
mother just can't drink it. No, everybody around the way gotta be able to drink that. So when you can't do that and it's too sweet, and we all experience that.
Hey,
This our gumbo. The world is our gumbo for us,
now it's time
melanated
for,
people, I say.
it's time for a new pot of gumbo.
No, we don't reinvent the wheel.
Listen, we don't
We
have
have
to.
created
Listen,
everything that is
it
in
can be
existence.
three
We don't have to
gumbo.
reinvent
Well,
the
watch
wheel.
Take that. Look, it's three branches of government. Actually, it's really four. Supreme Justice is really the highest of all. I just realized that 9 people really run the United States of America because what they say really matters, no matter what. Because I get to see how the president and all of them going to the Supreme Court. So I'm like, really, they are the most powerful. And we got 3 branches of government and not one owned by us. Think about
what we
that.
don't understand as people, regular people of the United States, is like what constitutes government, because the government say that we have the power to change government, we got the power to change this, that, and the third. But do we really have that power? You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you wanted to change something about government and all that stuff, who's to say that y'all didn't kill Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, that y'all didn't conspire to kill all these people that didn't try to come about a change? And that's the thing, and that's why we need people to like, share, and subscribe and support to this content, because we're talking about things that people do not talk about. What type of things are the government hiding from these people? I mean, like,
Don't get too
it said
Don't get too
it said that the government is a true democracy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A true democracy is where the people get to vote, but really we don't. It's a Republican democracy. While we're trying to make other countries and stuff democracies, it just get complicated after that, because really it don't matter if you're Republican or Democratic. Both of them exist in the United States, and what I've heard is both of them are two wings on the same bird.
It makes sense.
And
If you go back in history, you see there were times the Democrat was horrible to us and Republicans were better. And it was time Republicans were horrible to us and Democrats were better. If you look into history, and I don't understand this anyway, why we have to either be Republican or Democrat. I think how stupid is that? Why we have to be one or the other? That doesn't make sense. Do you understand? For us, that's how I say how those rules are not created by black men. They are just white men rules. When you look at them, because they don't make sense. You should be able to vote for whoever you believe in, whether they Democrat, Republican, whatever. If you believe in what they stand for, and then in there, you watch and see if they follow through. Why follow them because they say they did? That's why I get confused. And then an independent, if you ever look at the description of an independent, I'm like, that's even more crazy.
Well, see, I think that all ties into the mental health
Oh,
of our
does it?
community. For real.
not standing up.
Okay, that's definitely.
I'll take
I
that
think
one.
that all ties into the mental health of our community because we have been conditioned to vote Democratic so
Yeah.
long. 90% of our people, don't take my word for
It's
it.
true. It
Just
makes
look it up
sense. It's
at
true.
how many black people vote for the
And
Democratic
just
Party
follow.
with no knowledge of
Right,
who
just follow.
who are the elect candidates in office.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
You understand what I'm
Especially
saying?
this day and age, it's like literally you don't even
Yeah.
want to be a Democrat.
And
Like for real, it's like why would you want to? It's just
But none of them really making
And
any
see,
moves.
the
But
thing
at
is,
the-
as our young people are being impacted.
That's the
Because
thing.
less and less young
Not
people
really,
are
no,
voting,
no.
and they don't even know the
They have to make
significance
the
of.
that's
Y'all
Vote.
younger
No.
ones have to make the difference.
I disagree.
You all have
They-
to make the difference.
I disagree.
Okay,
We can't
what's
keep
your
doing the
disagreement?
same thing.
My disagreement is big because young people don't. Yo, they don't even vote. They don't care to vote.
That's-
They go to rolling line.
That's not a
before they
disagreement. That's
vote.
what I'm saying. They don't.
That's it.
They
That's
don't
a
need
problem.
to vote. They don't need to. They are literally changing everything right before our eyes.
That's what I just said. It's time to maybe they
I
need to
think they
take
need to
voting
vote.
out.
They
Maybe
are.
they need to take voting
Nah, I
out.
think
So if you take
If
voting
they-
out, let me ask you a question.
No,
how
you
would
ain't
you?
gotta take
how-
voting out.
How would you elect
No.
the person?
I'm
to
60 years old.
represent?
This conversation is not for me. It's time for the young ones to make
Okay,
some
and if you were to
drastic
vote, then
decisions.
what would you vote for and what pretenses?
Some things have
would you
got
still
to
have
change.
Republican, Democratic? What would you have?
If I felt the need to not vote like that, no. If I could vote on like two people, no. This is my man against my man. You know what I mean? Yo against yo. You good. Whatever knowledge
I
you
don't know.
got, you know why? Because they got social media, they got everything. Whoever been put out the most, whoever got the most signs outside, they probably would win.
My
based off
question
of-
is-
if I even seen your name, but then you got to boil it down just to two people. And most of the time, it don't happen like that. But in this controlled society, it probably happen down
Okay.
to two people.
All that's
My
got to
question.
stop.
My question is this.
Y'all got
My
to
question-
stop that.
my
Y'all
question
got
is
to
this.
break it up. Y'all can do it,
We
Okay.
not about to break that
but
right
y'all
now.
can do it.
My question would be.
Got to do it.
It's
My question
not-
would be this between
Not
the government.
about
Though.
doing it.
Or we gonna stay the
Go
same?
ahead.
So, no, hold on.
No,
So
we
let's
won't.
say
We won't.
let's say one
things change.
votes Republican, one votes Democrat, and the choices are
You
equally
already
split.
said it was the same bird. So,
And the choices are equally split.
yeah, but it's
Just like Donald Trump was in his last election, I believe that was when they were saying that he won the majority vote, but he didn't win the electoral.
Oh, that-
you know what I'm saying? It's
oh,
just
man.
a whole bunch
That
of nuances.
That's,
You know what's crazy too to me
We can
is
really
that the
get into
United
this,
States,
right.
United States got a bunch of goddamn laws, right?
That's-
that don't nobody know all the laws.
That's why I
It's
keep-
no way possible that even the lawmakers abide by all of the laws
That's
which
why-
are in the United States. So
Yeah.
how in the heck are you running the country based on that when people have to have somebody to represent them? And when I say represent, I use that strategically as in represent. Like you have to have somebody represent you in court. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot present yourself unless you want to make yourself look like a fool. So why does the United States have policies like that? Go ahead, say yeah.
I got my hand up, man.
Hey, go ahead. Hey.
No disrespect to all my white people out there, but then white people be brave as I don't know what, right? Why the fuck you pull me over? Yo, they talk to each other a certain kind of way. It's a certain kind of energy. At the end of these videos that's been viral that we've been watching to have enough proof to understand how white people talk to each other. I don't care if you got 100,000, 200,000 trailer park, not trailer park, man. Bro, let the police pull up and they live in a little mansion. They got a little something going for themselves, right?
Right.
The other white person in the trailer park. How you think that conversation about to go? Fuck you pull me over for.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a certain type of cachet that one probably could learn from.
Mm-hmm.
And certain of us, I'm talking about melanated people that got it that way, we talk to the police crazy. Like we pay them. We ain't about to sit here and act like all of us scared of. No. Us tax-paying citizens, you want to call it? Oh, man, y'all the bravest ones. You think your money do so much that
No,
you can
but
talk
they
to.
not though.
No,
I
they
think-
are. You
no,
just
I-
explain.
No,
what
I
the
think
heck
that's
that-
what gives them their inferiority.
No,
because had not
that's not inferiority.
Because had not people speak up, just like Uncle Wayne was saying from the origination of what police was, they gonna capture your ass and they gonna throw you in jail. Notice how there was a boom, and I believe it was like the 60s, 70s, maybe in the 80s, in the jail prison population, which they call the prison industrial complex. You understand what I'm saying? So they had a boom. They had like from a little bit of people in jail to a whole lot of people in jail. America put way more people in jail than any other country in the world.
Okay.
That would insinuate that Americans are more violent than any other people in the world.
The control.
Nobody wants to say you was wrong, but the whole point that you're not bringing up that how we talking to when we getting locked up. So we the most people getting locked up. You think everybody taking it easy or being scared because they was slave catchers back in the day? Like, man, it's a bunch of street niggas getting locked up. Like, come on, what did you talk? I don't care if they telling. How do you think they talking to the police?
But still, the laws is the law.
Middle fingers up. No.
The law still the law.
Law can be the law. How you been down Bookings?
Yeah, of course I have. And the law still the law. But
Bookings, Rikers, what?
Look,
Clayton County.
The
San
law,
Quentin.
I can name some
jails.
Look,
there's some jails around the world.
The law is still the law, though.
I don't care the law. Yo, I'm gonna talk to you how the law is. Fuck you, lock me up for.
But
whore. They talking to you crazy. It's a mentality. They don't care if they getting locked up. I ain't speaking on that.
Okay.
It's the mentality of how I'm about to talk to you and encourage you. And it's kind of like white people because you privilege. People know police get paid with tax dollars, yo. Okay. It's not the fact that you got caught with a crime. Why are you shitting on them?
But my thing is, just like how marijuana is legal now in Maryland, right? Marijuana is legal in Maryland.
You got caught with a pound. Fuck you. You going?
But hold on. What about
police, yo?
Hold on. What about the people?
Yo, how you going to talk to the police?
No, hold up.
If you got a pound,
you got caught. You done.
Guess how long it took y'all to that?
How you going to talk to me, yo? Man, fuck you, yo. You a bitch.
It took 1 second
to
that.
You talk to the police.
It took 1 second to that. Just give each other that, but just like it took 1 second to get in that crime. But why would it take 20, 30 years? Imagine how many people are in jail behind weed and a big weed charge when the government is doing the same thing right now. Yep. Like, come on. Let's be for real.
But
let's be more for real.
How many of them people that you bringing up talk to the police crazy?
Well, maybe that started to get them locked up.
Let's be more for real.
But does that
hold them in there?
We talking about mental health and the mentality.
But hold on,
it's a mentality.
But hold on. The police are public servants. Yeah. And that's something that the police forget. Yeah. They think because they got a badge and a gun that you're holier than thou. Yeah. But listen, you are a public servant. I don't care if you're homeless or not.
No,
you have to serve the public. That's your job.
Well, you agreeing with me because I just brought up to you on the lowest levels on some street stuff. Like, they don't think that they public. How many street niggas think the police is public service? No, bitch.
It don't matter what the street niggas think.
No, yes it do.
It don't. Not to me, because they got a certain job that they get paid for. Whether the street niggas who don't pay you, who don't pay taxes, think that you're not a public servant, you are a public servant.
Check this out, word.
That's what I think.
But we all pay tax. Whether you work or not, you pay tax.
Listen,
if you buy something out the store,
taxes.
Yeah, you do. If you buy something out the store, you pay taxes. You ever go to the store and they charge you taxes, so
and that's another point too. You do pay taxes.
So whenever people say that's what again, white folks.
You don't pay income taxes. Let me make it clear. Let me make it clear. Where
we talking about what's legal in America.
Niggas don't pay. No. We talking about real life.
Yeah, water taxes.
If I'm outside every day, I'm on my specific block where I can do anything I want to do. I got the same police outside every day. I can shit on him 24 hours a day, bro. He's a taxpayer. I'm not. I'm shitting on him, though. He can't lock me up half the time. Sometimes he probably can lock me up. But you heard me.
How many times did he lock you up for nothing?
No, we talk, nigga, a bunch of... Man, I'm shitting on him every day, bro.
That's why you got the attitude.
Y'all tripping, bro.
That's where the attitude comes from. It comes from being harassed regularly. When people say F the police, that's how they feel because they had enough.
Okay, hold on.
Right or wrong?
I'm speaking for this generation because this is what he's speaking on. I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to get him to understand.
You know I feel.
Help me understand because I'm gonna tell you.
I'm with him because they don't get that because they just look at him. They don't not even understand this is taxpayer because he is
right,
but they still get into it with him.
Of
and
course,
shit on him and then don't respect him. Come on, bro. It's just like
it is a double-edged sword, and I see what you're trying to say.
I agree.
It's just like the youngest don't get it.
Let me clarify
like,
this.
You see every day.
Okay,
you ain't even got like it's a bunch of niggas.
Let me
police, but they ain't trick too tough.
Okay, let me clarify this. For the people that understand,
they know what it was.
For the people that do not understand what we're talking about, let me clarify this. Okay,
so mental health.
So the police and firefighters and all of them, they are tax. They are paid by taxpayer dollars, and they are public servants, and they do serve the public. And then a lot of times, what we do in turn is disrespect them and hinder them from doing their own jobs within their capacity. So you know what I'm saying? There is a fine line between the two. You know what I'm saying? We respect the first responders. We respect the people that do their job. But the people that go and do all that other stuff and be antagonizing our people, doing unconstitutional stuff, we don't agree with that. We believe that there is a rightful place for policemen and firefighters and all that stuff. But I believe that their boundaries have been overstepped. A lot of their boundaries have been overstepped because of government giving powers, so to speak. And so that's what we're talking about. We're talking about how they are public servants, but do they actually serve the public? No, they actually treat themselves as they are kings and queens and need to be put on a throne. When in all actuality, it's kind of like the Bible when it says, "Let the greatest among you be ye servants." So if you're so great, you're so high and mighty, you're supposed to serve the people. And I think that's what the United States government has gotten away from, serving the people. So when you get pulled over by these cops and all this stuff, like I did the other day, and they be doing all this other stuff, all this crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's because they've been given too much power. And then another thing is that we need to talk about too is that the police interrogate them goddamn selves. You mean to tell me if I got a problem with the police, I take it to internal affairs and the police investigate the goddamn police? That shit has got to change. These are going to be laws that we're going to be lobbying against and we're going to get the people to fight against, because there ain't no goddamn way the police going to be interrogating themselves. Look, and there ain't no way it's going to be qualified immunity when you do hate crimes against citizens and you impeach upon their goddamn their constitutional rights. And notice how I use the word constitutional. Because I mean constitutional rights. I don't mean those other laws where they say that you can't drive without a license and all that stuff. Those are not constitutional rights. The Constitution says you have a right to travel. The other law says that you need a license, a driver's license to travel. We need to know about that as our people, as black people. We need to know about the civic trust. We need to know about what the government is doing within our community so we can stand against them.
Time out. You said a whole lot, but we can't do that.
We can't?
To a lot of degrees that what you was talking about, that will physically won't happen because you gotta fight fire with fire. If the same polices and we gotta correct them, we are the same people that allow them to be in power. So some of us gotta turn and have a certain level of understanding to correct something, and we might have to use excessive force to correct what we created, essentially. You know what I mean? Because they didn't get to where they got to by themselves.
I agree, and I disagree with that.
You do, and you can, but at the end of the day, you still will be faced with a problem that you wholeheartedly created as a person or as a being that's a part of that. So the only way to correct it, how do you think you can correct it? By what? Mutual and a certain type of standard of understanding terms? No, you're going to have to cross every line and dot every T.
I have a solution that's already
without
been
crossing
implicated.
every line and dotting every T.
I have a solution that's already been implicated in the United States. You know how you have the naval police, what we call
it's
Indian,
called the Army Reserve.
The Indian police, the people that police their tribes with on the national reserves.
Yes, but that's different though.
No, it's not.
It's
They
totally
police themselves.
It's totally
And if they choose to give over their people to the government, which they work hand in hand with
which
the
they
states
would never do.
and the feds, they work hand in hand with the state and the fed, but they still got their own police,
Excellent.
right?
Excellent.
And their own communities. I think we need to police our own communities, especially people that do not come from the communities. Because when you look at who are they hiring as police for the communities, these people not even from the community,
Right.
no way even from it. These motherfuckers be from out of state.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
It's true.
These motherfuckers don't even come from the same city, same neighborhood, same background. These people come from out of state. So why can't we govern our own selves? No. There are rules, right, that we as black people get that maybe white people don't get. There are rules that Hispanic people get that don't black or white people get. You understand what I'm saying? They got certain laws and customs. Why can't we keep our customs and our nationalities and have that reserved? It's because the government gotta have a hand in all our business. No, the hell they don't.
But they do.
They do not.
Anything that you do, you gotta go to them to get their permission. Open up a store, anything.
The way the government was created is that people create the government, and the government does not control the people create the government. Matter of fact, there was a wise man that says when the people control the government, there is tranquility, but when the government controls the people, there's tyranny.
Yeah, though, but you have to understand where you at in that point of understanding. It's tyranny right now.
It's time.
Exactly. So what does that mean?
No. It means,
we don't control government. We don't control government.
But it go against everything that you're saying because we shouldn't be controlled the way that you're saying that we should. The world is different. The kids live different. It's more diverse. The black people, due to the civil rights movement, the black people commercially on a national and global level control and dictate a lot of more lifestyle changes than any before.
Does
and
that
create laws.
Does that make it right?
That create laws though.
But what laws?
Right.
What laws?
What laws? Because you got 3 strike laws. You got laws that was built and predicated off of the demise and mass incarceration of black people, like the 3 strikes rules, the crack rules, and all stuff. You got more time for crack than you did for cocaine, and we knew that cocaine was a white man's drug. The rich people can only afford it. So the people that was selling crack and buying crack was what? They was black. And they slapped that shit on us. And Nancy Reagan and Ronald Reagan. And that's another thing. I'm going to say this on YouTube and all that shit. Ronald Reagan was the biggest goddamn drug dealer in American motherfucking history.
They said
and him and his wife started the Say No to Drug campaign. Let's say, and they say he was the greatest president in the United States. Ronald Reagan was the biggest goddamn drug dealer in United States history. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. It's a fact. It's a fact.
That was before your time.
But look who think that Reagan was the best president. Look who
and they said Reagan.
It ain't about. It's not necessarily about the word.
All of the white people, just like they back behind Trump.
I told you the one.
Trump
is a different
all
story.
All of them. Ronald Reagan.
Trump,
yeah.
Me personally, I admire Trump. People hate when I say that, but Trump is true to who he is. You had to respect someone who's true to who they are. Trump went in that White House for the rich, and he looked out for the rich.
But see, our problem is, look how. So when Obama came into office, right? Did he look out for black people?
He done nothing for us.
See, look, when other people
nothing at all.
That's my problem. When other people get in office, right? They get in office, whether they're Hispanic or whatever, they look out for their people.
Their people, but
it's something about when black people get in office, your success is predicated off putting your own community down. It's like you can't keep our community down. And that's what I was talking about the black gatekeepers. We got people from our own community that gatekeep us. And for instance, I learned from having conversations with my brother, right? Following the money within the music industry, right? You look at P. Diddy and all this stuff. How many people he had make a band, make $1 million? None. You can look at Jay-Z, he got Rihanna, he got Drake, LeBron, Rock Boy. Look at all these people he made billionaires making more money than him that he don't give a how much money they making. He's not a gatekeeper. He's getting people out there to make money or more money than him. But does P. Diddy do that? Who does he got? Nobody.
Remember I told you people didn't like what I said about you a nigga, whether you a house nigga or a field nigga, you better realize the type of nigga that you are. And this was from our ancestors. People don't we got to learn our history. It may not be pretty to someone else, but if you know who you are and where you come from, you know what you're about.
But we got to get off of that plantation because
grow from it.
Because
we try to ignore it.
And see the way that we do it. See, and this is my thing. The way that we do it is through education. Now, notice how when they had slaves, they said you couldn't read or write. They say you couldn't read or write. So it's incumbent upon our people because we don't force our people. There's so much entertainment, tablets, and all stuff. We don't force our people to get in them books. But my father told me, if you want to hide something from a nigga, that's where you put it at. In a book, because a nigga never read it. In a goddamn book. So if you want to hide something from a nigga and everybody else in the world know, all these people know, it's because they have it in a book. They have it in a piece of paper.
And you know what? And you know why your father was wrong?
Why
right now, he wrong.
Okay, why is that?
You know why Pop's wrong?
Why?
Because niggas read books.
What niggas read books?
Every nigga. That's how many of us it is.
Let me ask you a question.
No, you didn't already say everything you needed to ask.
Let me ask you a question.
No, I didn't say nothing because you interrupted. You said everything you needed to ask right now. You don't even need to ask me nothing.
With that being said, you say he was wrong.
Pops was wrong because we created Barnes
With that being said, wrong.
We created bookstores. We read comics. We do
and
all
we
of
did.
this.
We did. We created agriculture, architecture.
So to say to put it in a book is wrong 25 years
don't
after
read.
You can say
what is the average reading? What is the average reading grade of black men?
We don't read so much. We created Audible.
What is the average reading grade of black men?
We don't read so much. We created Audible. We got some shit that can read for us.
That can be handed down. I know.
This
by word of mouth.
Do y'all believe?
Because we don't read as
Do you
much.
believe reading and writing is a skill?
I do. I do believe
about that. Is that a skill?
But I believe it's a fundamental skill. These are the skills on which we base and build our education on. Reading and writing, because this is how we communicate with each other. At the end of the day, if I was blind, right, it got to be some braille. Even if I was deaf, right, it got to be some sign language. You understand what I'm saying? Even if I was a child, it has to be an alphabet. It has to be an elementary thing, and that's what I was saying about education. So when they wanted to hide shit from niggas, right? They put it in the book, and then on top of that, you was worthy of being killed if they found out you knew how to read and do arithmetic, right?
Stop it,
right?
Because what you speaking of, we grown 100, 200 years past, and you speaking on some slaves.
Well, we have not,
bro. Yes, we have.
What's the average reading age of black men? The average
black men.
Okay, let me
give you the answer. There's so many black men across the world. We account for more than.
No, let me give you the answer. In America,
it's crazy.
I'm not talking about in the world.
Globally,
I'm talking about just America.
America, it's even better.
No, hold on.
We are a developed country.
In America, the average black man
reads 15.
The average adult black man. Let me correct this. Let me be specific. The average adult
fifth grade reading level, right?
Fourth grade reading level.
A fourth grade
level. Not even fifth. A fourth grade reading
level.
That's
hard. You know why? That's basically arithmetic. That's basically reading and understanding. You can understand any language, ABC through.
No, but why can't?
No.
Why wouldn't a black man be able to read on a collegiate level?
This is why you don't have to read on collegiate level, because you had nomadic tribes throughout the world. They don't have to be collegians. They are nomadic tribes, They heard us. Why do you need a collegiate level of reading when you live life at the simplest and beautifulest form?
Because these are the pioneers.
It's not compared to your developed world, but don't speak for a certain part of the population that live wholesomely.
Because these
you
are
couldn't
the
even
pioneers.
imagine living like
these are the pioneers.
This is not a you're not a pioneer if I don't believe and subscribe to your developed world. If I'm a nomadic tribe in the Amazon, bro, my mother lived this way. Her mother lived this way. A collegiate? I don't even know what that word means. I don't care. I live in Peru. I don't even know I live in Peru. I live in the Amazon. This is their jungle.
This is why
stop speaking for other people who live wholesomely in the world, because you listen to understanding.
That's the same thing with
us.
That's
what I'm bringing up. Why
we gotta stop? Our reading level.
Do that.
Our reading level should be average. You know what should be?
What is the
at
average?
The top average?
Because he just explained that.
Listen, I understand. If you can read and write, it's fine. Most of us can read and write.
What is
we gotta be proven to somebody that we can read and write on, watch this, on someone else's level or spectrum
of
or
understanding.
they made up. Do you see, if you realize in life, you need to be prepared for who you are in life. You can take that skill and read and write all you want to because you argue and fuss about getting them grades when you should be working on who are you going to become in life. You need to take and sharpen them skills up on who you are as a person than people reading and writing skills. That's the world they trying to make. They make it seem like we're dumb and stupid because we don't read and write to their level.
If they say we dumb and stupid, right?
And we start
and
to
we
believe
don't know.
You kind of was explaining that though.
No,
because it was the old stigma that we don't read books.
I am because we do not.
But it's so much of us that spurred.
We do not.
It's crazy.
We do not.
We read so much that our books are in Google. They are in social media sites. We read so much.
Listen.
We read stuff that's interesting.
Can I say this? All right. So
if it's interesting,
can I say this? We're supposed to be informative.
Can I say this?
Y'all are judging what we read.
Can I say this?
The point of reading is called reading.
A wise man.
If you don't hear it and you can see it with that scrolling, dude, think about that. So how you think you get real then?
Of course, that's how
because when you read, you hear the voices in your head. Your own voice would talk. Why you think you scroll so much? You scrolling.
Listen,
it was scrolling without Audible first, right?
It was
a wise man. It was real.
A wise man.
They really was strong.
A wise man.
And it wasn't that much writing. Remember back in the day, it wasn't that much reading and writing. Remember, because they had to take dip it in there.
You can read it. You can hear the voices.
It wasn't so much. It wasn't a whole booklet of stuff. They didn't have the whole booklet of stuff.
Nowadays, you'll scroll Instagram. You'll click a video. The video will play for you.
Okay.
Add a caption, words.
It's all about communication. That's truly what it is about.
It'll change you.
Okay, and a wise man also once said that if you want to hide things from a nigga, put it in a book.
That's old, bro.
So there is information. Information that's in books,
it's not, bro.
Which we don't.
The shit you said, I got on some 1973 Nikes before Nike was really Nike. Like, nah, bro. I got the phony Nikes on, bro. Yo, we got that don't fly for our generation.
It does.
It don't.
So if you don't read, if you don't write, and you don't know arithmetic, you lost.
Bro,
you're not lost.
We are able to read more than most of us is able to read, bro. The mere fact that you say that, it's that's literally some shit your father actually grew up on. Like, he was old enough to have his grandfather tell him the same shit that you repeated. And it sounds so crazy because, you are like 5 or 6 generations removed from that.
Okay, now let me ask you a question then.
No,
hold on, but let me ask you a question.
You able to read at given will, like how can you read?
But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Now, would you encourage a nigga to read or would you encourage him not to?
No, the encouragement always to read. You got to read everything.
Then. Would you encourage a nigga to learn arithmetic or would you encourage a nigga not to?
No, time out, Dweez. Listen. The question that you really asking, you know why it's not that many illiterate people today that it was 50 or 60 years ago? Think about it. Why is not that many people illiterate today than it was 50 or 60 years ago?
Because they grew up with literacy on computers and technology.
And he just explained it's more dyslexic people, but they not illiterate. You know how a motherfucker grew up and they couldn't read? I'm probably like one of the last few when you grew up and your mother or his aunt or his uncle couldn't read. Like, read, bro. We talking about read. Everybody grow. I don't care where you go at in the world. You can read your own language and get through it.
That's not true. That's what I was saying about black men, yo. This is why we have to
it is some who cannot read.
Together. Let's be more for real.
It is some people who cannot read.
Black men.
Truthfully,
adult black men read on a 4th grade reading level.
Reading level. Y'all understand me? I said as much. Look in your life. How many people can't read compared to when you was growing up? You a lot older than us. It's not that
the number's gonna keep going up, bro. Because
They
we keep
hide it
going up
now.
with society
It's
and
basically the
time.
same. Some people just hide it. A lot of people who cannot read or are good in reading, they hide it. They get upset when you say something or want them to read or bring it up. They snap on you quick before they let you know they're not great in reading and writing. But you have to understand this: God don't make mistakes. If you're not good at reading and writing, you have something equally you are extremely good at. That's just who it is. Everybody is not good at the same thing. If so, we will all be walking around doing the same thing. That just doesn't work. And we grew up as storytellers. There were people who were great readers and writers who told us the story. That's why you had to be truthful in a village, because we believe each other. Everyone has skills to give and take. We try to make everyone do the same thing. It's not, everybody's not meant to do the same thing. Everybody has better
Well,
skills
see,
than the other.
this is my thing too.
Let
And
me
this
give
is
you
why
an
I think.
example. If you wanted a apple pie,
Okay.
and it's Thanksgiving,
Okay.
and you go to that bakery, oh my God, and it's got the best apple pies. Are you worried about how well he read and write, or you worried about how well that pie's going to taste?
How well the pie is going to
See,
taste.
that's why I say it's you only going to need reading and writing real well as that situation comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Who else you going to need it for, to read a book to yourself?
But reading and writing is yet essential because
How? And tell me why. Other than college.
it's essential to the basic instructions of mankind. They are basic genetic instructions that are written in our genes, like who we are as a
Fourth grade
person.
person can communicate with you well. They're on a first grade reading level. They communicate
And see,
with you
when we
extremely
do communicate,
well.
just like the Bible says, you should be able to explain to them like babes. They should be able to come in like babes,
Right.
like a child. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? A child, when they want to learn, let's just say for English, because we learn English. If you want to learn how to read, you start with the alphabet. You can't learn how to read until you start with the alphabet.
Absolutely.
And then you can turn that alphabet into sight words. You can turn them words into sentences. Those
Right.
sentences into paragraphs, those paragraphs into essays, those essays into, you know what I'm saying, excerpts and books and what's so.
Kids don't know that because
so
they
forth and
don't
so on.
know that before they even know they can do any of that.
But yet
so
and
it
still,
all goes
I'm
hand
just
in
saying,
hand with learning
our
how to
people. I'm just saying,
communicate.
our people are
Reading
destroyed.
and writing
Communicating.
is a form of
No,
communication.
our people are destroyed for the lack of
Listen,
knowledge.
it's just that simple. No,
Communication.
Our
It's
people
just
are
a
destroyed for
form
the
of
lack of knowledge.
You
No,
gotta
they
And
learn.
knowledge comes with communication.
You
No,
gotta learn
it-
your
it-
child.
See, this is why I bring this stuff up, because everybody wants to speak about a certain population of us. They keep making it. I'll keep telling you, yo, we are bad. Yo, what about the blind people, man? What about the blind people?
They still need a system of communication. How do they communicate?
They read
I'm glad
in
you asked me that.
braille.
Exactly.
They read in braille.
Okay,
Hold
how
on,
does
time
braille
out,
work?
time out. That means they feel what you
How does
actually
braille
trying
work?
to say.
Okay,
No, because when you got somebody deaf, they don't speak
okay. And what do they use?
braille.
No,
That's
somebody
how they
that's deaf.
communicate.
Oh, okay.
Sign
You
language.
talking about somebody that's blind, but
Sign
they use
blind,
braille.
they
Somebody
use
that's
braille.
blind
Right,
use
right.
braille.
Somebody that's blind,
Right.
but if you deaf and blind, what do you use?
Deaf,
brother?
If you deaf and you
hand-
blind,
and blind, come on.
if you
Oh,
deaf,
deaf and
if
blind.
you deaf and you
Yeah.
blind, use the Helen Keller system. Helen Keller already went through it.
That's a deep one. All
But,
right, so
whatever it's called, she went through it.
No, you use
That's a
you
deep
use all your senses. This is like if you was blind, we ain't about to keep speaking about a certain
But
population
you already lost two of your
of
sisters.
melanated people. Yo, that's how many of us is in the world, bro. Because yo, it's so many of us that yo, you can literally just pick out a law, boom, handful, and been like, yo, this how we are. We don't know how to communicate. But that's probably in that part of the world, or that's probably as us as a whole on a small microcosm. You know what I mean? Like, come on, that ain't that big.
So my thing about education is this, right?
Come on,
we-
what
we
kind
live-
of education do
We
you
we
need
live
to
in we live in this
communicate
country, especially,
with
right?
people?
And see, this is what education does or does not do: the lack of or the provision of thereof. So when you have like black people, right? Black people have a bad reputation for business, right? But we still rather struggle with businesses like
I
H
can't
and M
believe y'all said.
and all of them. They got the black face. You know
They
what I'm
about to
saying?
make me sick, y'all.
They got the black face and all of that, right? But we
Yep.
still struggle for them. We
Yeah.
still sell out for them. We still, but the black people,
Black
the moment
people got the bad
the moment
business.
black business Yes,
the
we
The
do.
whole time we
We
look
have a
out for
bad
each other.
reputation for
The
The
business.
whole time we look out for each other.
We have
might
a
cut
bad
though each other,
reputation for
but
business.
that
Say
ain't
we
no
don't.
different from white. White people don't even care about each other. It's
Say we
called
don't.
business for a
Right.
reason. You don't think about it.
Right.
Hold on. You talking about putting a spin on business?
Mhm.
Hold on. We the creators, right? We the first mankind. Bye. No.
Yeah.
We could. Man,
And
they
do we
done
have better
remix our
business
shit,
than
man.
white people?
Man, white people remix our shit, man.
They
So
Man,
do
they
you?
remix our
Yes or
shit,
no?
man.
They
No, how they
control
treat
it.
each other with business, that ain't how we do it, man.
No, man. We don't
Across-
have better business than white people. We don't. We don't. Our business not even better than.
We got the best business on earth. What is you talking about? We got the best.
What business is that?
What you mean? Doing right. If I owe you royalties,
That's not a
I'm gonna give you.
business.
That's business.
That's
Come on,
morality.
man.
Morality has nothing to do
Our
with
business is morality. Morality, we make it our business. Like, come on, man.
I
What
can
is he
understand
talking
that.
about?
I can get with that.
Come on, because in
actually can get
every
with that.
industry,
I actually
you'll
can get with
have
that.
so many wholehearted people, and they might have.
But that's not what I was talking about.
No,
I
I'm
get
just
with
saying.
that. but
I'm just saying.
No,
I'm just
that's
saying.
not what I'm talking about.
Wait, where you working down the where you clean toes? Yo, come on, yo. You might any industry, any melanated person, Mexican, black, Hebrew. Yo, come on, pick across the globe. They might have a humbleness about them, about their profession. They want to keep it straight up. That's called business.
But see, this is why I like
but
numbers.
then you
though.
got somebody that want to take
What
advantage
percentage?
of you.
What percentage? Just in America.
That's
if,
small.
If I can ask you,
Caucasians, small.
if I can ask you, what percentage of businesses are black owned in America?
Is it a
Guess.
percentage?
It's
Take
a
a
lot.
guess.
Is it a
Take a
percentage?
guess.
It's a lot.
Take a guess.
Is
What
it a
percentage?
percentage?
It's
What
probably a
percentage?
lot.
What percentage of businesses
Wait,
in
it's a
America?
lot.
I don't know. I think it's a lot.
No.
You could probably
Pre-pandemic, because
No.
after the pandemic,
Pre
more.
or post pandemic, it don't matter
more
what
of those-
era.
It's
in
compared-
1800s, 1600s, 1700s, 1900s, 2000s,
Little to none.
2010s,
It's
2020s,
give it to me.
Little to none.
Give it to me.
little to none, 2%.
Hold on. Talk about.
Let me-
That's
I believe
comparable
it's
to
2%.
most countries.
That's
Let me-
Mondawmin Mall too.
let
You
me
know how
see.
many black businesses in Mondawmin Mall? About 2%. In a black mall, in a black predominantly
Look up
black.
Tahiti. Look
spending
up Tahiti.
all that black money.
Look up
and
Tahiti.
Look what we have there.
Look up certain islands and certain
All right,
nations.
so what
Look up
percentage-
Belize.
What percentage of businesses
and
are
half
black
them don't
owned?
know.
And we're gonna make
most
sure
of the black businesses
All
not
right, let's
registered
go ahead
anyway. How
and
they
let's
gonna
share
know?
this. Let's go ahead and share this tab. We're gonna go ahead and share that, right?
Yeah.
What percentage of businesses are black owned? We got Amazon, we got US Black Chambers, right? Let's just go down to Google, it won't let me scroll down on this mouse, but it said in 2020, black people represented 14.2% of all Americans, right? But only what? 2.4% of all employer firm owners. That's it right there. I said 2%. It was 2.5%.
This is insane.
Black people are 14% of the U.S. population, but we only 2.5%.
Look how they
Hold on,
separate us.
listen.
Look how
I'm
they
about to
separate our
break it down.
presence.
Black people are represented as 14.2% of all Americans, right? That's the population, but only 2.4% are of employer firm owners.
Latinos
So only
or Hispanics
Hold
people
on.
represented 18.
So listen, what that is saying is only hold on. What that's
that gives you
hold up.
9, 12.
No.
Yes, it did.
What that's saying is only
That's a quarter of
only
the population of black and brown.
4%
Black
of
and brown, that's 25%
only
of the
2%
population.
of business. Only 2.4% of businesses. I said 2%. Only 2.4 of all employer firm owners are black. 2.4%.
No. Look
Right?
at that. Look at that.
Right.
Look at
Now hold on. Let's go. Let's continue real
Hey,
fast.
right.
The
Finish the
Latino or Hispanic people represented 18.7% of the population, which is more than us, and also 6.5% of employer owned. So that means the Latinos they represent more than us in U.S. population now, and
Three
they
times.
are more control of their own
3
businesses than black people. More than, let me see, it's 2.5,
3
2.5 is
times.
5, more than twice as much as black people. 6.5% of them own their own businesses, which leaves the other one as Asian and white people. So let's break down the statistics. Most businesses in America are owned by white people and Asians, first of all. And then the rest of them is owned by black people and Hispanics, and black people are at the bottom of the totem pole. That's just what this saying. And I didn't get this from no other article but
That's not
Google.
true. Even though you
So what's
read
not
in
true
what
about it?
Because everybody like to say blacks and Mexicans are the same, and I like to yo, that's our people, bro.
So this one says,
no,
according to Black Compromise,
no, stop for a
but
second, bro.
only
No,
2.3.
stop.
2.3 black-owned businesses.
Stop, no, Hispanic people are black people. Latin, they black. They just like us. That's our people. That's 25.
They're not black.
Now they not black. So
They not black.
well, I can't.
No,
have this
not
conversation.
according to this conversation.
No,
Let's
I
just-
can't have this because
I know
this,
we
this
go
don't.
all right
I mean,
deep,
This
but
don't.
We
no,
know-
no.
I mean,
no,
for the
this
sake of
not
this
that.
conversation.
reason why I'm
no.
saying that
That's
because
not for
for the
the sake
sake
of
of
a
this
conversation.
conversation,
No,
they
this
not-
is real life, bro.
they're not treated.
No.
For the sake of this
They
conversation,
are.
they're
They're
They
not
had the
treated
same-
like
okay,
us.
okay.
They are
But now
not.
look, if your black ass go to
Mexicans are not
Mexico,
treated
you
like
think you're gonna be
black.
treated like a
They're
goddamn
not.
Mexican?
Blacks are not treated
If you
like
go to
that.
Guatemala,
I
you think you're gonna be
understand
treated
why,
like a goddamn
they
Guatemalan?
are not white, but their issues
They're not
are
black
different.
neither though.
Their issues are different from our issues. They are. We have similar issues, but in a whole, our issues are totally different.
Our issues
know,
are totally
as a
different.
black
First of all, they the
man.
real Native Americans. They've been in America before.
heard
We've been
that
in
too.
America.
All right, time out.
That's a
Let
fact.
me stop y'all.
That's a
Niggas
fact.
for a second, right? Because y'all heard of the Dreamers program when Obama was in office, right?
The what program?
The Dreamers.
Dreamers, yeah.
So if you was born in America, your citizenship was like fully stamped. This was better than the 90s, right?
Mm.
When Obama came in, right? So your shit was fully stamped. You had a kid, you was from Honduras.
Yep.
So that means you Honduran American, you Ecuadorian American, you Mexican American, you African. Even though they
that's
point
two
out
continents.
even though they put out a continent, I'm pointing out countries. You are what you are, right?
Right.
In America, we African Americans, right?
Which is
Listen.
so stupid.
They share our slums, they share our streets, they share our gangs, they share our jails. They are our people. Niggas keep wanting to separate niggas when it's convenient, and y'all niggas want to make y'all points saying Mexican niggas not like us, but they share everything that comes from us.
Sharing.
Hold on,
and
time
being.
out. No. This is the being part. The East Indians still own the stores. The Asians still own the convenience stores. You ain't got too many Mexican bodegas besides what? What black niggas used to do? We used to own stores. We had convenience
Oh,
stores,
absolutely.
barbershop. Nigga, the
Absolutely.
Mexicans got everything.
What
Go in
chain?
Hollandtown. No, go in Hollandtown.
Oh,
This
I've
is
seen
the
them.
same. Yo,
I've-
listen to what I'm
What
saying.
chain?
Broad Street
Bro,
for me.
listen to what I'm saying. That only the times change, bro.
Okay.
Ain't nothing changed. Yo, Mexicans,
Hey, we coming up on the last couple
Latino
seconds.
people got it
Hey,
just
we gonna
like black
resume this
people
next
had it
week,
in
man.
the
Make sure
60s
y'all
and
like
the
shit.
70s, bro.
Y'all didn't leave the comments like that for
No.
another week in a row. But guess what? We gonna grow. Y'all gonna like. Y'all gonna share. Y'all gonna subscribe because
We
we
do have a
talking about real
comment
stuff.
from one.
Go over
individual,
to
but
the
We
YouTube.
passed past that, but we
Go
had
over to YouTube.
a writing
already
comment.
Yeah, we do have a writing comment and stuff like that. It said it's never been about people, black or white. It's always been about the money. The government cares about the money.
I love people.
We appreciate the likes and comments that came in here. We got a few other things as well that we got to bring up. We do promote businesses. We are in the business of promoting businesses. So definitely, if you guys can like, share, subscribe, we'll do our due diligence by making sure that we can support these businesses and get them out there.
Yeah.
So definitely make sure y'all get
Absolutely.
in contact with us on that. We got another business to bring up. I'm gonna say,
Oh, wow, Lisa, that's right. We got to let y'all know. Remember, we said people in Baltimore do things. We look out for each other. We don't get the recognition. You know, they said people in Baltimore not look out for each other. How do we
Nah,
do?
we do.
We do things.
That's
So
just
on this show, we lash out again. We let you know we got another event. Take a look here. Now, we need you to come out to help out. You got the barbers, you got to be braiding hair, you got anything you can help out because this is what we call a back-to-school giveaway. Lisa is giving this. Take a look at it and tell me what you think. Take a few minutes.
back to school giveaway Sunday, August the 20th, 2023. There are some things that our dear sister needs. She needs supplies. She needs people that give backpacks, school supplies, haircuts, and hairdos for our young children that's going to school. The young males and the young females. Like I said, we in the business of promoting black businesses. Make sure y'all go ahead and support this. Come out for a back to school giveaway. They giving away this stuff for free for our children.
Bring the family out.
Sadly, if you're not in the city of Baltimore, then you probably won't be able to receive these materials if you're not in the city. But what we want you to do is put your city below and put that and give us that information so we can shout your city out and we can shout your organization out as well, so we can make sure y'all get the recognition. But this is a powerful, powerful sister within our community.
Absolutely.
Which we're not going to mention her name. Y'all going to have to find out for
there
yourself.
we go.
Go ahead and support.
I like that even better. Support Lisa.
Go ahead.
I mean, right.
He said her name. Hey, he said it, not me.
No, I'm right.
But look, her name is important, but her organization is even more important.
Very valuable.
We need people to donate those school
But
supplies.
love from the heart.
We need people to do that. You see the address, you see the date. You know what I'm saying? We're coming up upon it on this weekend. Let's make sure that we can accommodate our sister. We can accommodate our people in the community so our kids can go back to school in decent fashion. We appreciate this. We're going to continue the discussion. We haven't been able to finish this. We just got into it for real. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Go over to the YouTube channel.
There we go.
Like, share,
BMore4Real.
subscribe. It's BMore4Real. We got the realest conversations on the planet. For
Let
real.
us know how y'all feel. We appreciate it.
Let's
Thank
go.
y'all. Love.
Elvis.